After teaching piano for over 20 years, I now have a new challenge. I get to teach my son to play. And like most kids, he does not want to practice. So I've got the opportunity now to implement all the tips and strategies and everything that I've been lecturing parents about over the years. Turns out some of them don't work as well as I thought they did. But I'm going to share with you the best ones. So practice tip number 1 is to make sure that the lessons have goals. There's a reason to sit down and practice the piano. You know, a lot of times when we try to encourage our kids to practice the piano, they'll say, but why? Why should I? And it's our job as teachers and parents to give them that why, to give them a reason to sit down. It can be just a short transactional goal, like that they're going to be able to accomplish in one practice session. You know, right now that D major scale is a little slow. Let's get it up to 120 beats per minute. Or let's get a real bold conclusion to that piece you've been working on. It doesn't matter what it is so long as it's something that they can accomplish in that practice session. And when they reach that goal, it bolsters their self-confidence. It gives them a feeling of progression, and it's going to help them to want to sit down at the piano in the future. As long as we remember, we're going to need a new goal for that next practice session. Tip number 2, try starting a YouTube channel. Whenever your child is performing a piece and gets it up to that performance level quality, make a recording of it, upload it, and as the weeks and months go by, you're going to see a really steady improvement in their abilities, and they will too. They'll see how far they've come, and it'll give them a lot of self-confidence in moving forward that if they just keep up that routine, they're going to be able to reach their goals. Tip number 3, schedule a performance. There's a reason why music studios and teachers have recitals. You know, when a student learns a piece and gets it up to that performance level quality, and they play it for an audience, and they hear the clapping, that just does wonders. It bolsters their self-esteem, it gives them confidence, and they see a big picture. They see that music here is benefiting not just themselves, it's really making other people happy. Tip number 4, practice after something. In our day-to-day lives, we're going to have things that are just automatic. They're going to happen no matter what. We're always going to wake up. We're always going to eat lunch. We're always going to come home from school. Those things happen either way. Just attach practice to one of those events. So you practice after school or after lunch or after dinner. And after a while, those two things kind of become synonymous. One just automatically leads into the other. And before you know it, you've established a really healthy routine of ongoing practice. Tip number 5, use now that rewards. Have you ever tried to bribe your child into practicing the piano? You say, if you practice, then you get a reward. Try using a now that reward instead. Now that you've practiced, we can go ride bikes or watch a show or have a treat or whatever. Just don't let them know in advance that you plan to reward them. This allows them to focus on the piano when they're practicing, but it still has those positive associations. They still associate practice with positive outcomes. Now that rewards have been shown to sponsor internal motivation a lot better than if-then rewards. And now the last tip, tip number 6. Have a practice coach. So a lot of music studios will offer this. It's a trained musician who will accompany your child on their practice session. And this is great for 2 reasons. First off, it automatically sets the routine. They have the appointment with their practice coach that they have to meet. Secondly, it makes the practice sessions way more productive. They can help establish goals, give real-time feedback for how they're doing. And so it really helps put them on a great path for the future. It also makes the practice sessions way less frustrating. They have somebody in their corner who can help them out if they need help. So I really hope those help you out. If you can think of anything that's worked for you, please put it in the comments. I'd love to hear about it, and then we can put it into practice too.